about it later. It's a good brother, Mr. Ballard. So we're going to wait about 2 more minutes. Hey sis, how you doing? It's like I said, 8:03. That's when we start. We don't care who's on. What we were raised, and Chrissy getting on there to tell you, we were raised that when we start church, if it's 10:45, we start at 10:46, right, Chris? Remember that? We would have to start singing. So I get started at 8:03. We're going to go to about 8:25, 8:30. We have guests now. We have a whole rundown, more and more to look a little bit better. And as everybody can see, I support Black business. Bando, I know he always gets on and praying, always have his hat on. Definitely shout out to my homegirl Kashana and her business, Divine Moments. She has the 360. She has that 360. So make sure you book her for any type of events. You know, I'm always going to show love. But we probably got about 20 more seconds, and then I'm going to get started. It's going to be a little bit of a rant, and then I'm going to bring Mr. Pringles on. It's not really like a rant, but it's more like me just being honest with the fellas, because I really think that we need to be honest. Sometimes you got to give the brothers a little tough love. Hey, sis, Micah D, Grammy-nominated writer. I have to tell everybody she hates when I say that, but my thing is you got to give yourself flowers. You see what I'm saying? So I'm always going to give my people flowers. I know my nephew's watching, so I get this for my nephew, Kia. What's up, girl? All right, it's 8:03. We're gonna get started. I see everybody's in here. I see my sponsor, Always Cutting Barbershop, is in here. Mr. Ballard is in here. But before I get started, I just want to say my name is Teddy the Comedian. I'm your favorite comedian's favorite comedian. But I will say tonight I'm gonna go by what my mama named me, and his name is Antoine. It's Men's Mental Health Mondays with Teddy. This is very important to me. Mental health is important. We sweep it under the rug. We think that we're okay and we're not. Shout out to Chef Lavish. I see he's in. Whenever I get my first special, I'll definitely be booking a private chef, that brother right there. But I'm going to say this. I know some fellas in here, but I need to say this. I see, and it may be more people because I'm still trying to figure out the live, but my rant is this. We are on week 4 of this. And I've been noticing something in who joins this. I've been noticing something that who joins this. And this is a little different today. Today's a little different. But for some odd reason, it's always the ladies that join. It's always the mothers. It's the mothers that ask the questions. It's the mothers that are trying to figure out, how do we help the men? You have Black women on here. You have white women on here. They're trying to figure out how to help the men. And I'm just kind of wondering, why is it always that the ladies are always trying to help men that don't want to help themselves? Now, I get we go all the way back to the Bible term. If anybody, the Bible, and everybody knows, I try to keep is God free in here so people can feel welcome. But if we go back to the Bible, who was the first people at the tomb was the ladies. Everybody that asked the question here, how do I help my son? How do I help my nephew? How do I help my grandson? How do I help my brother? And it's never the fellas. How do I help my son? You too busy? So we too busy. We too busy to refresh ourselves, fellas. That's what we too busy. I know the fellas are going to receive this, so I want them to get upset, and I'm going to stand on business with this. So we are too busy to go to war so we can be better mentally. We're too busy for that. But men, we ain't never too busy to watch the game. We ain't never too busy to go run something, to go run some hoes. Excuse my language, ladies. If there's any children, we ain't never too busy for that. But then you get mad. Because see, when you too busy to help yourself, and now you're mad because she don't understand or she can't communicate with you because you ain't working hard. See, I'm starting to notice. See, anybody that's an entertainer, anybody that's anything that owns their own business, they're always going over stuff. We're on week 4. I've watched those videos hundreds of times. And what I notice every time I look at these mentions are young ladies. Now, Chef, that's a young man. Augie, I know that's a young man. I see a couple young men in here, a couple young men that came on here because I got the Brick League president himself. I got D Bell on here, but I'm just trying to understand that if suicide rate is high for men, why are we so scared to just admit that we need help? Now, if I put out here on Instagram, and tell me if I'm wrong, y'all can tell me in the comments. I'm going to have 3 big booty bitches that's right behind me for Mental Health Monday. I swear to God, it'd be 2,000 people on this live. Niggas couldn't wait. I could put literally on the back of a fat ass, go to therapy, and you niggas would be like, is she the therapist? Well, guess what? We can't get to the therapist and the fat ass if you don't even come and try to help yourself. I'm getting sick of that. So that's my rant. I'm getting sick of that. Brothers are dying every day. Your friends are dying, and all you do is laugh because that brother crying. Make sure you laugh at his funeral too, and tell his mother you laughed at him too. Let's do that. Let's do that. Because I'm getting sick of it now. I'm going to get sick of it for the next 56 weeks. And if you're upset at me, that's fine. But I'm going to start holding these brothers accountable. Nobody cares about them. Nobody cares about the men because the men don't care about the men. It's like how the fellas say with women's sports. How you going to be mad at me? You ain't never been to a WNBA game. Fellas, you ain't working on yourself. I see D-Bell right there. D-Bell is my trainer. I am proud of that brother right there. He was the only one that would help me out. D-Bell can't take Teddy serious if Teddy don't take Teddy serious. Let me see who I got right here. I got Austin, I got Mike, I got a couple other people. They're musicians. Chrissy, musicians. You don't want to work with somebody that's not serious. Let me stop. See, I'm going to keep going. See, y'all piss me off. Let me get Mr. Pringles in here. Actually, I done pissed myself off, actually. Let me get Mr. Pringles in here. I know you watching. I think I got to add this, but I don't know how to. Listen, the Brick League himself just hit me up and said, brother, you got to hurry up and get me on here because I got shit to do. So let's bring Mr. Pringles on before we bring Cordell on, get this party started. Let's see what we at here. Accept.
And make sure you can. Peace. Can you hear me? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened now. I can't hear you.
Want to get out of this and come back in?
No, I mean, I had to take it off of, I don't know what. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yep, I hear you.
All right. Now, on this screen, to the left or to the right, wherever you have, let's start with our sponsor, Always Cutting Barber Talk. To the left, Mr. Pringles himself. I'm not going to give you this government just in case he owes somebody money. And then to the right, and this is what I was told when I made the flyer, okay? Let me bring this brother on.
Don't do that.
Okay, I won't do it. But let's give it up. We got to clap for Mr. Battle right here, Brick League president, founder, owner, supporter. Give it up to this brother. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing good, brother. Man, the reason I brought you on, and we've had a conversation, I just want you to talk because I know you got things to do. And I think I pushed you back a little bit of time because of my rant. I just want you to talk about what's going on, what you do, how you're helping these young men, and what can these people do so we can continue to help grow these brothers and be better men for the community.
Got you. Well, I run a nonprofit called the Brick Initiative. So basically, we do a lot of community work, but we're also really big into sports. So we work a lot with the youth. We work with youth and adults, but a lot of our stuff is youth leagues. So, and what we like to do one time a year is we have something called the mental approach, where we focus on mental health. I'm really big on mental health. I've been going to therapy for almost 4 years now. And my nephew actually was the one who told me to get into it. So, I got into it, and it's actually helped me